whiskey one. Sheds hit the fan, we're overrun. Sending boys in the trucks with the 50 cals. Tell every swinging neck, bring extra rounds. Hang in now, boys, we're on our way. Don't send them out of heaven before we get a taste. Whoa, cry havoc, let's slip the doors and roll. What you gonna do?
And happy Sunday to you folks. We're back. We're back live here at the Double S Podcast. Hopefully you have been out enjoying this awesome weather. I know I have. I've had myself a chance to do a little R&R out here with my boys down south. Got the Dirty South connection now, West style, if you will. But nevertheless, yeah, man, having a blast out there. Hopefully you folks have been doing the same, enjoying some of this weather that we're getting because, of course, as Murphy and Mother Nature would see fit, what's coming this weekend for the season opener for us up here? But snow's in the forecast. Love it. Whatever. I'm going back to New Mexico. They don't have such crappy snow down there. At least not that I've seen yet. So, yeah. Hey, man, we've been pretty busy here. Hopefully everybody had a great Easter. Best wishes to everybody for that. I know we had an amazing Easter ourselves. Had some great family time over here. Good food, always a good time to sit back and reflect on the day and on the sacrifice that was given for us. So yeah, that was awesome. And what else has been going on, man? We've already got the season kicked off here for the TPO. We got field ops events already going off. This week, going to be kind of busy. I've got some work I'm doing with Combat Recovery Foundation. We'll be there tomorrow talking with them on some admin stuff. And then Tuesday, we got Heroes on the Water. The final day of our off-season rod building class is going on down in Pueblo. Going to be awesome. Going to issue out a bunch of certificates to the guys down there for putting together their rods. That's been super cool. What do we have here? And then it looks like, let's see, got some more meetings here. And then CKB, man. We got Colorado Kayak Bassmasters this Saturday, Chatfield. We're going to be opening up. Later on the show, we got Straws coming in. Jimmy Straw is going to be joining us to talk about that. But before we do any of that, let's go over this kick butt event that we just had down in Carlsbad, New Mexico. I got a couple guys here, and one of them is on a limited schedule. So let me go ahead and get these guys in here, respect their time here, and we'll talk. Even though this one guy, I'm just going to say it. I mean, I don't know. You put up a pair of 21s, it's kind of a dick move. It's all right. I'm just saying one's bad enough, but two, I don't know. Let's bring him in here first. The man that put it all together, Mr. Anthony Barrera, Tournament Director for New Mexico. What's happening, Anthony?
Oh, man. Just got back from a great event in Carlsbad.
Heck yeah. Yeah. And then let's go ahead and bring in the guy I was just talking about here, giving him all the great titles, Mr. Matt Ramey.
What's going on, fellas?
I'm licking some wounds here, Matt. I'm licking some wounds.
I do feel for you. I don't know what happened to 6 Mile. That one hurts me.
It's all right. It's all right, dude. Anthony and I were talking about this. You do this long enough, this stuff happens, man. And I was thinking about something on the drive home. Anthony, back me up on this if you feel. Matt, you've been doing this just as long as any of us. You can't judge anglers by an event or two events, or for that matter, even really a season. Now, you can say, hey, great job, good season, But me, as an old timer, I judge a body of work, right? I want to see, have you gone outside your home lakes and fished, and how'd you do there? And, and not your results, okay? Results, there's a lot of variables go into that. But how'd you do? Did you find fish? Were you around good fish? I try to judge all that. So I try not to beat myself up, for those days. But I'll be lying. That one kind of stung a little bit because I thought for sure we were going to have a good day, down there. I thought that was going to be something that we were going to be, doing some stuff. And it was still a great day. I'm not going to lie. It was a great day on the water.
Yeah.
I just wish there could have been a fish involved.
Yeah. I mean, like Jonathan catching that 18, what and a half, Anthony, like there's a lot of those in there. And I was amazed that y'all didn't, that even stumble across a handful of them collectively. So it was a rough day out there. Something happened.
Yeah,
The
those that were at 6 Mile, I think there was 3 or 4 of us. I saw somebody bail out. I can't remember who it was, but they're like, "Hey, can I move?" And I'm like, "Absolutely, bud."
Cody, that was Cody.
Was it
Yeah.
Cody?
Yeah.
He was there in the morning, and he read the signs and decided to jump out. And yeah, it just wasn't happening there. It's just the way it is.
When you do the numbers of probably of how many casts we made between like three of us, by the numbers we should have bonked one or two in the head, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we should have at least stumbled onto something. So I've got a picture depiction of Carlsbad, what it was for me from practice day was here, right? And dude, I was convinced I'm around fish. I found them down low. I found them up high. I had 3 baits, and then tournament day. This is what I found. That's pretty much what tournament day turned up for me there.
Yeah, no, it's brutal. I hated it for you, man.
No, it's all right. It's all right. You know what was awesome was the whole event in its entirety and the weather, dude. Anthony, this had to be, I mean, this is your first season TDing, dude, and that's got to be hands down probably one of the toughest things as a tournament director is deciding go, no go, angler safety, anglers want to, do this. Talk to me about that. The weather was looking, kind of a throw it up in the air and see what's going to happen almost.
That was tough because it was truly what we were looking at early on in the week was 50-50. And growing up in that area, those storms get bad. When they're there, they are bad.
Right.
It was the lightning that really concerned Matt and I and the advisors was the lightning.
Yeah.
And started looking a little bit more favorable, and we made the call to go ahead and run with it. And then if we needed to call it during the tournament or other time, we were going to do that and just leave it up to the anglers to make the decision what they felt comfortable with.
Whoever judged the rain did a good job. Whoever did the weather forecast for the wind, he's an asshole.
Straight through. I mean, not for nothing though. That was one nice thing about 6 Mile is we had some constant breeze going, but I never felt like the wind got unsafe at all. Even in the gusts, we were kind of protected down in there, I think.
Yeah, what I heard at Avalon, there were some white caps.
Oh, wow.
Dude, I was just taking them over the bow for 45 minutes.
That was karma, Matt. That was karma going 221s, Matt. Really? 221s in one tournament.
And that's just me pedaling back saying, don't sink this damn Hobie. Don't sink this Hobie. And I was like, oh, yeah, brutal.
That was good stuff. Chance, I sent the invite to Chance. Hopefully he gets here. But I want to talk through this, and then we'll get, if he comes in here, we'll get his deal on this. So I'm watching the standings, which I normally don't do, but I decided, it's about 10 o'clock, and I'm hearing crickets out here. I'm not seeing any bites. I wonder how everybody's doing. So I look up, and I see, I think Chance was in the lead, and he's got a 20-inch fish. And then about 3-4 positions down, there's Matt with a 21-inch fish, and that's all he submitted at the time. Talk to me about that, Matt, because that was awesome stuff.
I won't lie. I was playing with our boy Chance a little bit. I caught a lot of fish early. Great start to the tournament. I probably had a limit by 8:30 on a spinnerbait on a windblown bank. Like I had white bass spawn going, and just the way the wind set up that morning. Like I had a bank that I went down, and it worked out good. Nothing of size. I had 12, 13s, and 14s. No big ones, but I was like, all right, cool. and that's all I could do. But I finally went and picked, I got into some backwater where it was really calm. Uh, and I went through it once with no success, and I was kind of getting discouraged. And I was like, you know what? Let's pick up a frog. Like I told Eugene when we were texting about Carlsbad, I'm like, you got to have the frog, the swim jig, just a few of those big fish essentials. It's like, let's try it.
I brought it.
Yeah. And I mean, maybe third cast or so, right? Like fourth cast with it. I flipped it into a point on a pocket of those reeds, and she smoked it. But it was a horrible land and catch and fight and all that. But it was great. But as soon as I caught it, I was like, "Oh, Chance has a 20. I'm uploading this one." Boom. So
Sandbagging the rest of them, but go ahead and send the big one up.
and then I was like, "Well, I think Chance probably knows I have some, but I don't know if he knows how hard it is." So like 11 o'clock, I dumped 2 more in there just to let him know I was coming. And I was like, ah. And I'd already caught the other 21 and a quarter. Like that was my second fish was bigger. I caught them 40 minutes apart. And then he even called me and he's like, Matt, I'm getting beat up by the wind. He's like, where are you at? I'm like, I'm under the train bridge. Like I'm in your spot because that's his spot. Chance
Right.
is notorious for loving that spot. And I was like, oh man, it's beautiful over here. It's slick, calm. I'm not killing myself. Well, he shows up over there eventually to come fish. He was getting beat up. I was like, come on, dude. I share water. I don't care. I kept it from him for like 3 hours, dude. He's like, hey, what do you got? And I'm like, 78, 82, 84. I'm like, I'm right there. Like, he didn't know I had a 21.
I remember seeing him with like 79 or so is what I remember seeing him with.
Yeah.
At one point there. Absolutely. Dude, Anthony, this kind of event, you know this area down here. There were it's the Pecos River is what runs through Carlsbad, right? And that's what runs down through 6 Mile and all that, right? Is that right?
Yep.
Yes.
So we had the Pecos River in play, all of it, like every bit. And then you could go like to, I think, Utah, I think. There's a lot of river. And then we had Brantley and Avalon. Now, I'm not going to lie, coming into this, I was trying to do my homework. So I'm talking to other anglers out there about what they know about the area. I've never been there. Give me some, what's your thoughts on the area? And it was kind of the overall consensus at Conchas Lake that Brantley was not going to be good right now. That was kind of what everybody was thinking. But Anthony, it actually turned out people caught fish up there, dude, and they had good days.
They had good fishing. And Matt and I, we've talked about it. You can. It's not unheard of. But yeah, I didn't think it was going to produce what it did, and I'm glad it did.
The lake's got like resting bitch face, right? I mean, it just has nothing of measurable worth to look at it. It's like a big sand bowl, but apparently there's something going on underneath there if you play and you know what you're doing. Yeah, because like Nap
produced when I fished it before back in the day that it used to be really good.
Nice.
But Michael's a great fisherman, so I'm not surprised he went out there and found them at all.
And is it pronounced Nappy? Is that or Napy?
Nappy, I believe.
Nappy is the last. Yes. Yeah, he's I had a chance to talk with him at Conchas and then here and he's what a cool dude, man. And cool yapping with him. That's he had himself a heck of a day out there. Was Beckham, was he also over there?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he was up there and he had himself a pretty good day. He put a stringer together, 68 inches out there.
That young man's learning. He's gotten so much better. He's doing really good. And if catch 3 or 4 at Brantley, I think he got a limit actually.
He did.
It's amazing. Like, yeah, he did a really good job on a tough place.
Yeah, he was our youth champion.
I mean, not for nothing, less than half the field caught limits that day. So that is a hell of a thing to put yourself in that group, right? You unraveled them when others were struggling out there and unable to grab it. So yeah. That was super cool. The weather turned out fine. I mean, we only had like one event where it really, the sky opened up and y'all weren't joking, dog. When they turned the faucet on out there, that's like, here, have some rain right now. Good God. I had the old rain gear set on me, the one that's not insulated. And I'm like, good God, is this going to hold up? I feel like I'm just getting like underneath a garden hose, man. It was, but that only lasted like 10 minutes, and then it backed off, a little sprinkle type thing. But yeah, that was, that the weather was the perfect call. No lightning. I didn't see a single lightning strike anywhere all day long.
Nope. I was looking and didn't see one.
It was great. I didn't see one up north either. So yeah, it was awesome.
I was going to say the other lake that seemed to do all right, I guess, was Avalon. I mean, that seemed to be okay, I suppose, if you like that sort of thing, like 20-inch fish and, whatever, frog fishing and shit.
Yeah, I hope we do another one, but I hope we do it like in early June or something. That's really hot for here, but that's when it's like, you can really do some crazy frog punching stuff.
People, when they think of big fish, New Mexico's normally not on that list, right? I mean, it's like Colorado. We're not on that list for big fish. I mean, are there some? Yeah, they're hiding around, but you wouldn't think of that. But is it the proximity down there to the Texas waters? What do you think is it just the region, how south you are at Carlsbad, or what do you
Yeah,
think
I
it is?
think it's a little bit of that, right? It's just that we have enough barrier that we stay hot enough a lot longer. Our growing season for our bass is probably a couple extra months, like
Sweet.
you go halfway up the state, Conscious Ute, they probably get 4 months. You get to northern New Mexico, or 5 months, whatever, y'all, 3-4 months up there. Same for y'all. I think it's growing season based, right? I mean, I think it was 78 degrees on Christmas Day here last year.
Wow.
Like it just varies a lot. So you can really stretch out a really long summer in a big way. So it helps our fish grow.
And that line, is that like Albuquerque range, Anthony, right in there? I mean, that line of where it starts to feel like, okay, yeah, we're in the south down here, if
Yeah.
we go south of Albuquerque or
South of Albuquerque.
yeah.
Yeah.
Besides Carlsbad and that little group of lakes down there, is there anything else down in that neck of the woods that you guys could see in the future that you would want to take the group to? Or is Carlsbad, that little chain of lakes, is that pretty much the juice down that way?
I mean, I know Anthony's probably has some of it, but like the next closest, I mean, Red Bluff Lake is just across state line, but it's never been known for bass. It's been really known for its other hybrid species, white bass and things. But we'd have to go to Bommeray, which is 2 hours further south, or JB Thomas. I think those are the next two closest bodies of water.
Sweet.
Yeah, we looked at some other ones over there by Texas. What was it?
White River.
White River over there by Lubbock. We considered
Mhm.
that was on our list. But no, knowing and growing up in that area, I knew that there was quality fish, and this showed it. This showcased it.
Yeah.
We had quite a few 20 plus 19s, 18s, 17s. Like I think this was one of our highest producing big fish events, if I'm not mistaken. That many 20s and 19s and 18s. I think it produced just like we thought it would.
That's a good sign, right?
Yeah.
And so let's pull this up here. If you can see this, let me try to put it as the only one. Yeah. So here was the final event. 87.5 for the day, man. That was a hell of a stringer. And you weren't lying, dude. Pair of 20s and then 15s. I mean, from there. But look at these. I mean, Jason Hoffman, who had a hell of a show, a deal. Smallest was 16 and a quarter up to 17 and a quarter. Just a solid 84-inch stringer.
Yep.
Chance put up 20 inches and then 17s. Yeah, Mr. Gonzalez there, 19, 17. Yeah, there was some healthy fish that were put up on the list there. That's,
Yeah, and then Jacob Flack, he was down in the middle of town. He threw a spook all day. He said he caught all of his fish on a spook. So, I mean, like,
wow.
people, I mean, it was like every pool fished differently. It was very, I mean, that's what we like to see here. That is something unique about our area.
I mean, you want that, right? For a road runner, that's the whole point of it. Is choose your adventure and let it unfold, right?
Yep.
Anthony, this is what, second event that you've been TD on for this season here. You've obviously worked behind the scenes with Matt, leading up to this, I'm sure. But dude, for what it's worth, I've seen a lot of tournament directors, and I've had a chance to dip my toe on the side of of that a couple times. You're doing a hell of a job, bro. Your communication's on point. And these are events, dude. These are fun events. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, real quick though, before I get to the last thing I want to talk about Friday night, which was badass. Talk to me, Anthony, if you will. Something I am super, super. I'm not going to say proud because that makes me feel like I'm a grandpa, and I think might be closer in age than what I realize. You just look a hell of a lot younger.
Yeah, he does.
I'm over here aging like milk, and you've got something figured out. I don't know what the hell it is, but the thing that just I'm in envy of you, my friend, and that is the way you're sharing these events. Number one, with Johnny, your nephew, and now seeing Mav join us on this, your son. Dude, this is so cool that you're involving these guys in these events, and not for nothing, listening to Johnny's pure yelling of enjoyment when he smacked that 18, fish. You just don't get that out of a young teenager, late teens or whatever. You don't get that unless it's absolutely genuine, dude. You're giving this kid some memories he's going to have when he is our age and way older. He's going to remember these things. And talk to me just what motivated that and how it's going so far with sharing this with them.
Oh, it's been amazing. The season started out amazing with your event, with the PBKS, that event. It was great. I got to fish with Uncle Billy on that event, got to share that experience with him, and then it just kept rolling. And it worked out where Johnny was able to go with us to Conscious. He got to experience the tournament, the ups and downs, missing fish, and then getting down to the last minutes. And then I saw a huge growth in him from that first event to the second event. His mindset changed so much. From early in the morning, he missed some good ones, but he didn't let that get him down because he knew, and you helped him out a lot too, on like, hey, it takes 3 minutes to catch one good fish or 5. And that's what happened at Conscious. He caught 3 fish in, I would say, 20 minutes, which if he'd give him another 5 minutes, he would have caught his 5th fish at Conscious.
That's awesome.
It was awesome watching him just grind. And I can't tell you how many casts he made with that dead on baits buzzer bait. He wore that thing out. His picture, he wore the paint off that thing. He was throwing cast after cast. I saw him move his shoulder. His shoulder was hurt. But I tell you what, it was worth it. Once he caught that, it was his PB. He had never caught anything that big. And the joy of that is just, that was memories for me. It truly was. And it's great. And I wanted to give people in that southern New Mexico area an opportunity to get out there and fish. So it was great to see the locals show up.
That is something that you guys were talking about in the very beginning when we did some of these shows, leading up to this, was the fact that you spread out these events around the state so that everybody could get an opportunity to come check it out and see what they thought, from the whole deal. And that was super cool, man. I mean, that is not often, that you can, because I said this beforehand. Here's my advice. You want to go fish in New Mexico. The kayak is a second thought, okay? You better have a damn good car with a damn good set of tires and a lot of gas, because in between civilization, there is Jack and shite, and Jack left town. It is desolate country, so you better be okay with driving. But you know what that creates? And I was thinking about this, what your group of anglers that you have down there is that each one of your bodies of water, they're so distinctly, they have such different characteristics that you get this well-versed group of folks that are used to, like, the Butte fishes, I'm sure, way different than the Carlsbad area. And same with Conscious and Ute, those probably fish closer together, but still it's these different districts you guys have in the state, kind of, it's, those 4 districts that I see. It seems like that's, it's kind of the zones that, and I'm sure Navajo, right? Navajo's going to be fishing way different than any of them. So that's a cool thing that you guys have down there, that if you're willing to put in a few hours on the road, you can get to just about anything in about 4 hours, it seems like.
It's about right.
Yeah, because I traversed the entire length of the damn place in 9. So
Yep.
actually, it's about 7, I think, from north to south. Because then it's a couple hours for me to get home from there. So, hey, I'm just thinking we got the guy sitting in the wings right here, the Straws man who used to co-host the Double S with me. Let's get him in here before we even start talking CKB. Get him in, 'cause so I'm gonna get. I got 2 former TDs and a TD in here. Look at this, the Double S with the brass on the show. How about that?
What's going on, guys?
Much, Timmy. What's up?
Good to see you.
Good to see you,
Yeah,
buddy.
it's been a while. So yeah, you guys are doing good things down there, Anthony. You're doing a great job. Matt did a great job as always. He's been around this game for a while, so things are looking good down there. Keep up the good work. I'd like to get down that way and make one for sure, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So here's something Anthony and I were talking about, and this applies, I think, even more, just as much to you, Straws, and that is this. Folks, now that Ramey's not your TD, if he decides to get serious about an event, it's not going to feel good on your pocketbook. And I have a feeling CKB is about to learn the same thing, that now that Mr. Straws doesn't have to TD, now that Mr. Flanagan has, Jimmy's going to get a little more serious about some of these events. And I have a feeling he's going to be taking some people's money. And by people's, I mean me. He's going to, he's going to be taking our money out there. Are you stoked, Jim, coming up for this season to actually... By the way, I want it to be known. We invited, I reached out to Matt. Matt had some family plans going on, so he wasn't going to be able to make it back for the show. So I tried to get Matt in here and chat about the deal. But are you excited, Straws, about this upcoming season, buddy? That you guys going to be throwing it down?
Yeah, it's gonna feel good to fish free, not worrying about putting on a good event for somebody so they have a good experience, answering all the questions on Wednesday, Thursday, making sure things are signed up, ask this, do captain's meeting, make sure I got things covered, talk with the people at the lake, make sure there's no off limits or I'm not missing anything. I mean, it's going to be nice to just fish free. I just want to have fun this year. I think that's what I was losing. It became a business for me. I mean, I took the club from nothing with no rules, and we literally sat there and pretty much I copied and pasted a lot of the rules. A lot of those rules that we read in CKB were literally just transferred from my years of being in the fishing industry, knowing what to write down. And it's been a lot of work. So, not to drag it out. Yes, I'm looking forward to this year, but I want to fish and have fun. And if the results happen and I win, that's great. But I just want to have fun again.
Matt, was it starting to kind of get there as well with you, buddy? Where it's, I mean, it's a human nature, right? There is so much more that goes into these tournaments because when you think about it, and Anthony, I'm going to come to you to kind of get your current thought now, but Matt, our game of tournament fishing out there, the hobby, the sport, whatever you want to call it, it's about decision making, right?
Always.
And when your brain is thinking about 24 other anglers and did they get the waivers in? What time do I need to do this? It's hard to be making, number one, informed choices for yourself when it comes to fishing and safety and paying attention to wind direction and things
Yeah.
that make the difference between cutting a check and not cutting a check, right? So were you starting to kind of feel that a little bit yourself? And what did this first one feel like to you?
Yeah, I mean, I very much was like that. End of last year, I mean, it was an understatement if I said I was ready for anything. I was fried. I was last minute on everything. I just didn't have anything left in the tank for it because it is such a big commitment. Like, that's the reality. Nobody really kind of sees what that stretch is. And it's like, I tell Anthony that all the time. It's like, dude, you got 50 Indians and one chief, and like those 50 people call you once, twice a week. That's 100 phone calls. That's 200 text messages. That's, complaints, protest, being HR political, following the rules of the Bass and the Nation series and bylaws. And it's just like, you just get swamped, and before long,
He
it is
also
a
has
full-time job.
he has friends like me that send him pointless, funny, joke memes in the middle of it all as well, just to break it up.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah,
let
to
him get
break
too
it up.
serious out there.
Yeah, but I mean, it does affect you on the water more than anywhere. Their safety, judging their fish. These are also my friends, and at the end of the day, I see a bad fish photo, or I see something that's illegal, or someone not wearing a life jacket. Like, I'm the guy that has to be that person that goes, "Hey, you're disqualified, man. Like, your day is done. I'm sorry. Like, I can't look at you any different. Like, I have this hat on right now
Yeah.
at 4:30. I'll take it off and say sorry, and that wears on you too. So it does, it makes a big difference. And I was, I mean, I did tell Jeff that after everybody left. I said, dude, that was crazy. Like, first tournament back, like, I didn't have to worry about anything. I mean, I tried to help Anthony where I could. We did some stuff, but I was like, I'm done. Like, I got off the water at 3 and I was done. And I was like, wow. Oh,
Weird.
wow.
Yeah,
Weird.
yeah.
So, Anthony, one of the best piece of advice I was ever given, and this was in from Heroes on the Water. Joe Winston gave me this when I took over the therapeutic or started the therapeutic program here in the state of Colorado. He said, "The first thing I want you to do is start looking for your replacement."
No.
And it seems like the tournament director game is kind of got that same feel that you don't have a 10-year lifespan in most cases. Now, you got your oddball dudes out there, right? You got a few people that are, built different, wired with something, I don't know, with asbestos or whatever, but they can make that long last time. But it seems like there's a shelf life if you want to keep fishing as well. So, that's one of those things I want to let you know out there. I know I can tell already. You got help out there anytime you need it, dog. If you got busy work that needs done, I tell Straws this, and I would have left the open invite to Matt. If there's any busy work we can do to help you over here, we got you back, man. Because we got a lot of respect for what you do. But how are you feeling so far, Anthony? In this, you got experienced anglers fishing. That helps too, right?
That does help, but Matt set it up. I'm just kind of running with it. Matt did all the heavy lifting at the beginning. He did all of that, and I'm just maintaining it is the way I view it. And Matt's helped me out through this whole time. So appreciate it, Matt. I appreciate you for helping me out. I reached out, needed some support. You were there. I appreciate that. And everybody, we have an advisory board that I'm sending them text messages at 9:00 at night, setting up a meeting on Wednesday, and going over rules and do we need to review this? Do we need to revise this? And shout out to Sydney judging. Oh my God.
Right?
Golly.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It is amazing. I got back and she's like, hey, this. And it was the cliff notes and ready for you to review it. Did a quick review. And even today I got back from traveling. There were a couple more things I needed to look at. She already had identified. I just needed to do a few things on it. So, man, just the support on this. Couldn't have done it without all the support.
It helps having an actual educator
Yep.
being your judge there to help kind of keep things organized going through it. Having a teacher on hand is not a bad thing, bro.
Like, I'm always asking Matt, like, hey, what would you do in this situation? All right. He's like, well, this way, but it's your decision. And he reminds me, and I'm like, all right, we'll make that call. But we get the advisory team together, and we make a call, we discuss it, and then we just put it out there.
Well, from an angler's point of view, man, it's been fantastic. They've been great events. Friday night, gotta throw just Jeff, Matt, your guys' family. Holy crap, dude! Doing a fish fry, and I'm gonna be honest, I was a little worried. I'm like, fried foods. I don't have a gallbladder. Am I gonna make trouser chili in my kayak tomorrow, or what's gonna happen here? I was a little worried, dude. That was amazing food. Even those hush puppies.
Yep.
And then Anthony's like, Long John Silver. I'm like, they still have those down here?
Yeah.
I remember those as a kid.
Yeah.
Bro, that food was amazing. The hospitality by you and your family, that was, to me, that was, obviously with putting up the skunk, on the day. That was my highlight, was Friday night, was making that trip. Because just meeting everybody, from the
Yeah.
experienced guys to the new folks there. And yeah, man, that was just super cool to hang out. But your family is in the catering business, man. Jeff, dude, I mean, goes and brings me like literally the stuff you get at a restaurant to take food home. And then the wife, the missus, the teacher mom voice kicked in, when people are leaving, I don't see food in your hands. Making sure we all get leftovers. That's what I ate the next night, bro. That was so awesome.
Oh, we enjoyed having it, man. It's nice because we didn't have to travel, and that's something that we just wanted to do, man. It is all about that for like, like Anthony said, I got to take off that director hat, and I got to do something for us as a group and just be that. That was my thing, right? Like, didn't have to worry about everything else. Anthony's got it covered, and I just got to take care of everybody that was able to make it down. It's a long drive to the middle of nowhere in the desert. All we have is each other, the camaraderie, the family that we build here at the in our part of the world. I think it's all family oriented, and it's meant to be just that part of the relationship. And I know it seemed like through COVID we got away from some of it. It happened naturally, and that's been my goal the last 2 years is to get us back to that state of family oriented, on the water together as a group, and we were very thankful for that. I do need to hear a live review of your sopapilla cheesecake because you didn't eat it in front of me.
No, because I would prefer to be alone with that for a little bit. Good Lord. That stuff, I mean, I felt like I needed time with Jesus afterwards. I'll be honest with you, because it's like, there's got to be a sin. This has got to be a sin eating this. How in the hell, who comes up with the idea of a sopapilla cheesecake?
Dude, you're in the South, man. New Mexico.
That was flat out amazing. That was like, yeah, next level. And I can't mess with the sugar, that much. I have to be careful with that stuff. And good night. That was like, oh, and then Anthony. So
Yeah.
I bring Anthony and Jonathan. I get theirs on the plate too. I bring it back to the Airbnb. The next night, I'm like, hey, you guys, don't forget your sub. And Anthony's like, go ahead, dude. You could have one of ours. I'm like, no. You guys are trying to kill me here. I got a girlish figure I'm trying to watch.
Yeah, I ate mine and I have Johnny's. I'm gonna save for tonight.
There you go.
Yeah, he forgot it.
I
Snooze, you lose, kid. So I did get one picture here I wanted to share. This was from the shop, from Jeff O'Brien's shop, man. This is with the food production going there.
Yeah.
Everybody kicking back. The rain was, spitting at us here and there. What an awesome just hanging out there in that shop. Good night. I mean, it's a good thing I don't have a shop like that or my wife would never see me. That place is kayak. That back room, Straws, over to the left of the picture.
Yes.
Is a hunting and fishing room back in there. Tackle, looks like a mini little tackle warehouse.
Oh, I was going to say that's where my kitchen would be, my bathroom, and I would just live in that building, and that little square in the back would be where I would actually live every day.
Congratulations, Sharon. You have a new house all to yourself. I'll be in the shop.
I'll build her one right next door.
Yep. She shed.
I'll even connect the breezeway.
I love it. Straw's getting bougie out here now. Good stuff. Good stuff, man. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and switch gears over to the CKB. You're more than welcome to hang out here and talk fishing with us still. And Matt, I know you got to probably bounce. But to just send to your whole family, just a huge thank you. We love you guys. That was awesome. Thank you so much down there. And looking forward to coming back again.
Heck yeah. Love all y'all. Appreciate y'all. Jimmy, we'll see you soon, buddy. Are you making Trinidad by chance?
I don't think
Did
I
you get
will. It seems
registered?
like it's filling. I did not. It's filling up fast, right? Or is there any spots left, or is it gone?
I'm not.
That's it.
I'll have to go look at roster management. I can't remember. It was really close. I bet it's full by. If it's not full, it's got one or two left.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna. I got to see where I'm at with work. It's getting crazy.
I feel
that's
that.
a cool thing you put together down there for Trinidad. That's going to be a good event.
I mean, the only good. I mean, yeah, the entry fee doesn't matter, but I'm gonna have to go show those Colorado boys something. So
I don't know.
Better be ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, you're not gonna your frog and your top water's probably not top water work, but ain't gonna be much frogging going on over there. I mean, I hope
You'd
you
be
have 4 stations
surprised.
on it. Yeah, you're
You'd
right.
be
Matt,
You're right.
surprised.
Matt's got away with his frogs, man.
I'm gonna send you a picture
Well,
just for
Wes,
that. I'm gonna send you one. So,
do it.
but
Do it. Hopefully it's
yeah,
flooded and you can get back in the west end of that place because that'd be your frog area back in there. That'd be nice.
Hell yeah. Hell
we'll
yeah.
give it a try. But yeah, fellas, Gene, thank you as always. Jimmy, good to see you, buddy. Anthony, keep up the
Yeah, you
work.
too.
We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
See you, Matt.
Thanks,
See
Gene.
y'all.
See you, Anthony. Good job.
Are you bugging out as well, Anthony?
I can hang out.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, hang out. Let's
Okay.
chat.
Yeah.
All right, Strauss, so here we go. Event number 1 coming up. And I know I'm going to ask you questions. You may or may not be able to answer them. That's cool. I'll wait to hear because I assume, are you guys going to do the CKB podcast on Wednesday night? Is that going to happen this week?
Yes. Yes.
So I'm sure you guys will be covering. If you don't know the answer to any of these, tune into the CKB podcast on Wednesday night. I'm sure they'll have all the questions being answered. I'm just curious because looking at the weather, of course, there's got to be snow. We haven't had like anything this year. One date on the calendar that we want to fish at Chatfield. Now, from what I saw, it looks like snow on Friday. Maybe a little bit of rain, cold on Saturday, but then it could get up into the 50s maybe. I'm going to try to all right, I'm going to try to be optimistic cuz launch was like 25 30 degrees or whatever for launch time and I'm like eat a bowl of hoo-ha. Come on. I've been down in New Mexico, bro. I've been spoiled down there.
He's getting soft.
I am soft, yes.
Soft. You turned into soft ice cream when you were down there.
Yes, I like soft ice cream.
And all of this weather, all of this shit is all Flanagan's fault.
Right? Gotta be.
He's the tournament director, so it's all his fault. It's all his fault. So but you know how it goes. You pick a date a year in advance, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months in advance, and you're like, well, let's hope this is what happens. But we know in Colorado every year it's going to be like that. We're going to get an April freeze, but you just got to deal with it. The good thing about it though is it should keep the recreational boaters off. You're not going to get the water skiers. You're not going to get the guys doing circles. You're probably just going to get fishermen. So that's the cool part.
That is the positive lining on that. Yep. And at Chatfield, dude, that's money, right? Because that place can be dangerous when the wakeboards and the white frame sunglasses and nickelback and white claws come out. When that stuff hits the lake, dude, that can just be dangerous out there. It's good to see that. Butte's kind of like that, isn't it? Or is it Ute? Which one do you guys deal with your rec boaters down there, Anthony, with?
Navajo's can get pretty bad.
Navajo as well?
Navajo, let's see. The Butte's pretty popular.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rec style.
Yeah.
So looking at water levels, and I don't know if these are updated, but right now Chatty is claiming to be at 96% capacity. Is that capacity, I wonder, is that the new capacity where you know how they raised it up into those trees and pushed it back? Are they counting that as the new capacity, I wonder? Or are they thinking that it was the old where there was a lot of that was out of the water there? Any idea on that?
I do not know exactly what they're considering. Usually it's pretty good update. Like if they say it's 90%, 97% full, they'll usually update it based on the reclamation project when it's finished, because then they got a zero to go to. You know what I mean? But I was there recently, and I can tell you it's lower than what it was last year when we were there.
That's
not by much. Not very much. I'm talking maybe 2 vertical feet, right? Whatever that equals in surface area, I have no idea, right? But probably it's a little bit lower. but not much. But it could be coming in. We've got rain. We've got melt off from, it did snow in the mountains this year, so there's snow up there. So as it warms, it's coming down that North Platte. It's coming over that south area over there. There's a river coming in there, so it could be filling by an inch or two a day. I honestly, I have no idea.
Is Chatfield upstream from something that it fields? What does that reservoir hold for? What do they feed with that? I don't know enough of the history on that. This might be
I
a
think it's drinking. It can't be drinking water. It's got to be irrigation. I wouldn't think they would let all of us in there with two-stroke motors and stuff if we were drinking that
no,
water.
no.
I don't think, but I think Carter and Horsetooth is drinking water. So
Anthony, we would.
yeah, I mean, I just add more chlorine. You'll be fine. Just add more chlorine.
If it ain't glowing, you ain't showing, baby. Let's go.
Right. So it could be irrigation. It could be water fed for water. I have no idea what.
I didn't know if there was another reservoir down that Chatfield kind of supplied. You know how like Horsetooth gets its water from what, Granby? Is it Granby or Grand Lake? One of those two
Grand.
feeds
Yes.
down to Horsetooth, right? And like
Right,
where we
right.
were just at, Brantley feeds down into Avalon, and Avalon pushes, down. So there's always usually a chain, right? And I was
Right,
just curious
there is
what
somewhere.
Chatfield was upstream from.
I want to say there's something called Bear. I don't. It's not Bear Mountain, but that's the name that's coming. There, I think there's a little reservoir that they can disperse and hold more, and they pull out of that, and then they can go again. So I really don't know, but I do know the water comes in at the south end, and then that big tower over by the dam at the very bottom of that. That's where the pump is that pumps it out into the next holding reservoir.
To wherever it goes, yeah. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
The ramps, from what I'm seeing right now on their website, 6 a.m. is open time.
Yeah.
Have you were just there? Is that still kind of what they're operating on? Or are they going to open any earlier? Because I mean, right now it looks like sunup is what, 6:45, 6:50 range is when sun's starting to come up, something like that.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yeah. Sunrise, I think, is actually 6:45 or something, is actual sunrise. But what you got to remember, and Anthony can attest to this being a tournament director, sunrise is different than nautical twilight, which is
safe
different
light.
than safe light, right? So
Yep.
and when I was tournament director, like for instance, for this situation, if the sun comes up at 6:45, I will launch us at 6:15. I would do lines in at 6:30 because you're usually 15 minutes before official sunrise, you can
Yeah.
still see and navigate safely in a kayak and
Yep.
not run into complete darkness. So, yeah, 6 o'clock has been the thing. I'm going to suggest anybody that comes up, just get pre-inspected and have your tag because they do have a drop box there. So that's going to be important. So we can't tell you exactly what's going to fit your setup because every person is different. Some people might have their kayak in the bed of their truck. Some people might have it on a trailer. Some people's trailer might get submerged and they release off a trailer like a boat. Some people's trailers don't touch the water. Each one of those situations requires an inspection of different sorts
Yep.
and how thorough they're going to be. So just get there, make sure you know your vessel, make sure you know your situation on what you're hauling and what your inspection process is based on your setup.
I do have it on pretty good authority that they're willing to seal the kayak. So yeah, depending on how you want to do it. I've actually had them seal mine in the back of my truck because I have welded rings that are what my straps hook to, and they'll just tie to that. Since that can't be pulled out, they'll tie that to the kayak, and they run it through the handle there, and they're set. So I'm planning on doing that myself. So that way, because for those folks, there isn't normally inspection down at the south. It's always up at the north, right? And so if you wanted to launch south, you'd have to get inspected and then drive down. Is that your understanding too, or do they also do an inspection down south?
There is an inspection at the south in the marina that is
sweet.
That should be open at 6. But once again, you don't know the guy coming there. He's like, I slept in a little bit late today. That's all right. It's only 6:15. No one's gonna be there.
If only there were money we could pay to the CPW to insure, right? If only in Colorado we had something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think our
Sons
permit
of
only costs us $100 bill or something to have a permit and get absolutely
yeah.
nothing for it. We don't
I
get
mean,
parking. We don't get a place to do a weigh-in. We don't get nothing.
why would we? I mean,
Just-
we're paying for the privilege to be there.
right, right. So at least they could do is make it a sunny day.
Exactly.
Come on.
No, we actually had that conversation leading up to Carlsbad too. Is I made the statement to Anthony, you can't control the weather, brother. So whatever call you got to make, that's you make it. We got your back either way, man. It's you want to try to go for it, let's go for it. And straws. I mean, when you get doing this stuff long enough, it's like, no, I'm going to go down there and I'll find some time to fish one way or another, whether or not we get the tournament in, whatever. Figured let's get down there. When I found out Anthony was going to go down either way as well, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm in. Let's just go. We'll get into something while we're down here. And so, yeah, you just got to make that call when it comes to it. I don't think we have any weather that's going to cause anything other than just an annoyance. I mean, it's not, there's no safety factor that's going to be going on. It's cold ass water in this state, and it has been, and it will be for another probably 45 days. We never not have cold water. Like our warmest water is like 70 something degrees half the time. It's like,
Right. Yep.
dog, that's
true.
hypothermia brewing water. Take it from a guy that worked on the dive rescue team in Larimer County. I remember going through that training going, hey, guess what, moron? You can't be in that water for very long. I'm like, oh. So a 5 millimeter, wetsuit was even not really suffice. We needed like 7 mil. Just to operate in that stuff. So it's cold, right? It doesn't matter what you're doing.
Yeah. Anthony, do you guys have inspections like that in New Mexico with boats and everything like that for ANS?
Let's see, Elephant Butte, they do have inspections, but if they're not open and there's nobody to inspect you, you have to go on the water.
Wow.
So,
Yep.
Cool. Amazing.
yeah.
That's all I can say is amazing. That's all I want to say is amazing. I could say more, but I'm just going to say amazing.
So, no one's talking about this, Straws, but I saw this today. I just came back today. Now, on crossing the border, New Mexico into Colorado, the first way station, all boats must exit. Coming into the state, they had a CPW and about 5 or 6 people set up there at the way station with a CPW trailer. Looks like they're going to start doing like what Wyoming is doing, and that is inspecting all out-of-state boats have to get inspected when they come in.
Oh.
I was, I go flying by with the kayak in the bed of the truck, and I'm like, come get me, copper. Driving down the road, and no sirens or anything, so I'm good. My Smokey and the Bandit, but yeah, looks like we're starting. You better be. I don't know if kayaks will be covered in that, but
I do that for Wyoming. When we went up to Wyoming last year, Richard Ross and I stopped by, and as soon as we came in, really nice guy, and looked at the kayaks and gave us a little piece of paper that nobody ever checked.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
yeah. Well, it's like I don't mean to be, I'm not trying to be a jerk. Yeah, I am. It's like the inspections when you go to Horsetooth or you go to these places, they don't even write down your CL number. How the hell do they know they've inspected you? Just turn this paper in. To who? No one's good. I mean, what do they get them and they start a little fire and a 50-gallon drum out back or something with them? What the? Yeah, they have no idea who is who. It's going through the motions, right? I'm totally cool if you're actually doing it for a damn reason and going to do something with it, man. But whatever, we got to play nice, got to play by the rules, so we will.
Yeah, they're protecting the water that they claimed, so they don't want to get zebra mussels in their irrigation because it's going to cost them too much money to do it, and then they'll have to figure out a way to get us, the taxpayers, to pay for it. So they just call this ANS inspection, and we're going to catch all these microscopic organisms that you can't see with the naked eye, but we're going to have inspectors look at these things and make sure we look at your boat and your vessel. Don't forget, hey, you know what? I got a whole container of crankbaits, DT6s, that have a shit ton of weeds on them. How do you like that? You want to inspect my box?
I love when we get Jimmy Straws wound up. It's awesome.
So are we going to have an inspection for the state championship in Pueblo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a motor.
N- have a
Actually,
gas motor. If you have a gas motor on your
yeah,
kayak, right?
Pueblo
No, we don't.
Pueblo is probably the smartest group of people together because yeah, they've realized that trolling motors, if you're taking water in them, you got bigger problems than ANS, all right? So
Right,
yeah,
right,
they're pretty chill about the stuff down there, and that's maybe the other thing that gets me is that there's zero standard across our state. It all depends on the
right.
park. Pueblo's probably the best in the
Yeah.
state right now.
I think there's a couple of us planning on going to the state championship.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yep. I'll be coming back from Hawaii, so I have to miss that one unfortunately. But the
Oh,
wife and I are
that's
going.
worth the sacrifice, though.
That's what I'm saying,
Come
dude.
back
The
from
wife and
Hawaii,
I
right?
are going to Hawaii, and I have no problem telling you, I'm ready, dude. Yeah, the wife and I are ready for just
Nice.
a little R&R time. Gonna go spend a week up there on an island, one of the islands we haven't been to, and so it's gonna be cool just to go putzing around there for a little while and get
Excellent.
a get a luau in maybe, and who knows, eat some more of that purple cabbage or whatever in the hell it is they serve there. I'm not sure.
And the underground pig, no, isn't that where they do the pig underneath the ground and they
Sure,
charcoals and then the
I'll
layer of the
eat.
banana
I'll
leaves or
eat the
something?
hell out of it, whatever it
Yeah, I
is.
would. Yeah, I would.
For sure. So yeah, man, Chatty's coming up here. What are your thoughts, Straws, as an angler, dude? There's been a lot of talk about what they've done, the changes. I still think it might be early before we're going to see those changes just yet. I think we got a couple more seasons before that really comes together. But what do you think, based on what you've seen so far? How do you think this event? I mean, obviously we got weather coming in. Um, it's chatty. It could be an 85, 86 inch day, or it could be a good God, two guys caught limits and that was it type day. It could be any one of those, right?
Right. No, absolutely for sure. 100%. You gotta watch the weather if you're fishing Colorado in early spring. Even May, Anthony, when you guys come up, keep an
Yeah.
eye on that weather 3, 4, 5 days before and watch those fronts come in, come out. That changes those fish. I it, like you said, Gene, I think honestly, if a guy gets into it's a little early for this. We're not going to break 90, but I have a feeling the potential to break 90 is at Chatfield during the right time of year for sure. I don't think it's going to happen at an April 18th tournament. I think mid to low 80s is probably going to be a realistic number. But if this cold front comes in and those fish that were wanting to move up to spawn based on migration seasonal patterns, if those fish pull back and go a little deeper, then it's going to be a little harder to catch them. You're going to have to employ a bunch of different techniques, or are they suspended chasing bait? Are they stuck to the bottom? Did they get lock jaws? The barometric pressure rising, falling? All this different stuff to put the pieces of the puzzle together to
Yeah.
figure it out. Whoever can do that the fastest and make those adjustments based on the weather and conditions is going to come out with a W.
Love it. Love it. And that's, that challenge, right? That's always the deal. Me personally, I like my challenges. I like going to new bodies of water. I know I'm about to go get my teeth kicked in, but it's always a challenge to go to new places, and
Yeah.
it's the adventure, man. That's what I love. There's some guys that will not go do new bodies of water for tournaments. They just won't do it because they know they don't want to just hand their money away type thing, right? They won't get involved in that kind of stuff. To me, that's the pressure, right? That's the push. That's the like Anthony and I were talking. That's that. Look, I'm committed now. Now I gotta go, right? So you need something to motivate you to don't pull out at the last minute,
Yeah. I would have never went to Wyoming if it wasn't for that tournament.
right?
Yeah.
Well,
And
that's
that's
cool. I still think about that you and Robert came up. It was
Yeah.
Robert, right?
Yeah. Richard Ross. Yep.
Richard. Yeah, you and Richard. That was amazing for that support coming up to the Wyoming Kayak Bassmasters. So we really appreciate that.
Try to get those numbers up. We were trying to get that 20, but we were just shy.
We were. We
Yeah.
were.
We were close.
Hopefully we get it this year up at
Yeah.
Horsetooth. Get a little closer to Colorado
Yeah.
for the WKB.
That one, man, my schedule is booked. I'm going to Florida next weekend with Ross. Then I'm missing our own tournament in Texas and Brownwood. Then I'm going to Pueblo. And then going to miss Horsetooth because I got to get ready, as you know, our state championships coming up the weekend after that. So I'm going to be prepping, planning, and all that good stuff for our state championship. So I'm going to miss Horsetooth, unfortunately.
Yeah, man, it's that's the appeal on this. The Chatfield setup here, it is in the process of changing. They've cut out a lot of trees, which a lot of people didn't like, but what they left behind is prime fish habitat. And they brought the water level up. There's plans being talked about doing the same thing at Stanley Lake, where they're going to rise the water level and they're going to submerge a pile of trees there, in that place. And that is just, I mean, you're putting a whole ton of oxygen in there, and you're giving cover for these fish, for the green fish especially, to set up on and live to. So I think it's coming. If they can keep that water level up, I think it's coming, and it'll be a good thing. Like you said, Straws, it's an April thing, man. It's spring fishing. You take the risk every time. We got lucky this year down south. Our March event actually went off with no problem. Both of them.
Yeah.
Both the events went off down in New Mexico down there. We were actually pretty stoked about that. It's like, hey, March, it worked. That felt good. That I'm already kind of like, damn, I feel like I've been driving a lot. And it's like, well, shit, I have, and it's already still April.
You have.
Yeah, so I changed the oil in the truck before, and now it's warning me, hey, probably time to change your oil again. And I'm like, this is awesome. It's not even May yet.
Yeah. It sounds like New Mexico's March is Colorado's April. Right?
It feels, yes.
Like a 4 week, because if you look at a map of the United States, the spawn happens south and it migrates its way up. Just follow the elites. That's exactly how it works. They just chase the spawn. So it just works its way up. But I think usually New Mexico is a couple weeks ahead of us. So whatever's happening down there, we're always sneaky, Anthony. We're watching all your guys' results, and we're watching and seeing what people are catching them on, because we know in the next 3 weeks, that's what we're going to be catching them on up here, or could be.
Unless your name is Matt Ramey and you're throwing frogs all over the place, bagging up 6-pounders like it's freaking on sale at Costco. What the hell?
In 50-degree water.
Yeah. Straws, you'll appreciate this. I'm like, 221s, Matt. I'm like, same fish, dude, same fish. And he goes, actually, the second was 21 and a quarter. I'm like, you jerk. I was like, touche. Yeah, I was calling, I was going to file a complaint or whatever. Same fish. I haven't even seen the pictures, and I'm still going to.
You're trying to make Anthony's job even harder. He's already starting to file complaints on you. I mean,
That's what I was saying.
Well, I got to do something to balance out him trying to fatten me up there, offering that sopapilla cheesecake, dog. I'm telling you, you get some of that stuff, you will. You just might,
We also
bro. What's that?
Muffins, the brownies.
Oh yeah.
From
Cookies.
Kith and Kin and Bliss Nail sponsored coffee, muffins, cookies. Yeah.
See, Straws, you and Flanagan, go talk to a bakery around here and start bringing in them raspberry-filled donuts so I can destroy my blood sugar level at these events.
That's the plan. Anthony only catered to the guys that were coming in out of town. Like, giving you sopapillas, fattening you up, you're worried about making chili in your underwear, right? Like, here we go. Now we're having fun.
I said that the night before. I'm like, I see all the deep fried food. Y'all just trying to slug us up before a tournament where we're going to be just like dragging ass out here.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they take one bite and then they spit it out, and then they drink their water all night. And you guys are drinking beer.
Yep. But it sure is fun. I'll say that. Well, cool, man. We're looking forward to the season opener, CKB Chatfield, this Saturday. Let's watch the weather. I'd say it's at the very least, just be ready for cold. It's gonna be chilly to start the morning. And from personal experience, keep your damn feet dry and warm, because if your feet aren't, the hands you can warm up, right? You can get those hand warmers. I have like a box of those things in my truck now. I don't even mess around anymore. I got those hand warmers with me everywhere. But yeah, I mean, meanwhile, I'm sweating, from driving down south down there. I was sweating in those tournaments a couple times, but yeah, it's this will be just keep the feet and yeah, stay out of the damn water. That's a good sign right there. I'm not casting until I know my shit won't freeze up on the cast. I'll tell you that right now,
that's
because
tough.
if not, I will break my stupid fishing rod and act like a 3-year-old and be angry if it it starts to freeze up on me. I hate that. That
Yeah.
sucks. So I'll probably just take a lot of good photos. I'll be a camera boat until it warms up.
You don't pedal. I was going to say, get a set of pedals and just pedal your ass off. You'll start sweating in about 15 minutes.
Nope. I don't have a pedal system worth a hoo-ha. I
That'd be
can
smart.
I can stand up and just walk in place though.
Yeah.
We're stable enough that I could do that.
Stand up in a row, turn it into an SUP.
Right.
There you go.
Well, good stuff. Anthony, thank you so much, dude, for joining us here, and thank you for a great event down there at Carlsbad. That was a ton of fun. Straw is a highly advised. There's so much to do down there with the Carlsbad Caverns. Bro, they get their dollar and dimes worth on the alien thing out of Roswell, too. My drive back took me through town, not around it. So going down, I took the truck route around it. I got a chance early in the morning to see all of downtown Roswell. Literally, there is a McDonald's playground that is formed. The playground is half of a UFO flying saucer with windows
Nice.
everywhere. Dude, there's aliens around every, like one of the hotels says crash here with an alien pointing over there. I'm like, well played.
Yeah. Just
But there's tons to see down there. And that is, you know me, I don't like desert, but south of Las Vegas, I would say, especially no, take that back. Well, no, it is really. But even from Vaughn down there, it's a different kind of desert down there. There's landscape that's going on, and it is just freaking beautiful. It really is. Not for nothing. It is just beautiful country down there. It doesn't remind you of the Great Plains of just flat, dry, nothing, for as long as you can see. This has got mountains in the distance and bluffs and ravines
nice.
and trees. And I swear I've seen the Wile E. Coyote out there a couple times and the Roadrunner. It is actually, there was a Roadrunner at camp at Conscious.
Yep.
Walking around
right.
the shower house. He runs around down there. Little blue little fella. And I'm like, you looked a lot bigger in the cartoon. I'll tell you that. I did. Like an idiot. I'm sitting there in my head. I look at him like, me. Like, I need help. Hopefully nobody's watching me.
So it's basically a desert with a view.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a different kind of, and the further you get to the south, the greener it gets. It's still desert, but there's green trees and green plants, and the cactus start to have some different breeds of cactus that are out there. And dude, it's cool. It's and the Carlsbad fishing, something for everybody down there. And knowing there's 6 and 7 pounders floating around in that water, I mean, come on, dog. That's only 9 hours. That's an easy run, right?
Yeah, exactly. Enough Red Bull, I can do anything.
Right?
So Anthony,
Awesome.
let me is your qualifier, state qualifier, is that an open event or is that just for people who have made a like an AOY run or something?
It's an open, and looking at your all's podcast, Flanagan is determined to make nationals, and if he doesn't qualify at Pueblo or Horsetooth, his plan is to come down to the Butte. So
That's going to
You
be an
might get a
awesome
bunch of
weekend down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of us might come down. That's excellent that it's an open.
it's an open. Yeah. We got the other. I still got to follow up on hopefully the revision to the qualify for nationals that we've been talking to Steve Ovens about. Hopefully we can get that going for next year. I think that's going to help out a lot of our smaller clubs, help people get qualified for nationals.
That just is common sense too. That is a common sense approach to the qualification for the nationals that turn it over to the AOI side of things. That makes it puts an even playing field. I think that's awesome, dude, that you are championing that up and getting people together to get that done.
Yeah, I think so. And then our state champion, I think, we're talking to Steve, he had a great point. We need something for them too, and I think they do earn a spot for nationals. I think that's a great thing. I think we need to keep that, but then also roll in AOY standings, just like the national series. They do the same thing. They take the top 50 and they do a pull down. So I think it goes down to like 63, 65, top 65 end up going to nationals.
We actually talked about this at a CKB meeting a couple seasons ago. We threw it up in the air about whoever the AOI champion is of that season. There was a discussion, should we reserve one of those spots should go to that AOI and then the 10%, type thing, because we always thought that too. It's like, the AOI is a better judge about who is the, probably the highest, on the best momentum and highest skilled for the year, right? Or at least for that season.
And
So
they put in the work. I think if you're in that top AOI, you're at the events, you're putting in the work, you're representing the club in Bass Nation and Bassmasters. And I think that's who we need to send out there.
Yep. I love it, dude. Well, best of luck on that. And yeah, you guys banding together, getting the tournament directors together. That's the thing Steve's going to pay attention to. And I mean,
no, Steve's been great.
I was going to say, you're not going to find probably a more fair-minded guy than Steve Owens, man. He's pretty level-headed. If he's got the room to do it, if Bassmaster Brass will let him, that's the key.
That's the key.
Right there.
Yep.
Listened and heard us out, and we've already had a couple email strings of, all right, I need to tweak it here, and we got to have a cap. We all agree on that. It's just a matter of getting that verbiage right and getting the brass to approve it.
Yep. Well, and dude, I have a feeling they're going to need to do something, because this swap over, pulling this thing away from the Classic, I think is going to sting. I don't know if the kayak series is that strong enough that it can stand on its own. As far as that draw goes, at least not for long term. There's a big deal going to the Natty and also being able to go see the Classic, right? I mean, there was a big deal to that. I don't know. I don't have a dog in this hunt half the time.
I think I have a different opinion than most on this.
Yeah.
I like what Steve did with this. He made it a kayak thing. It's its own. And we're going to be able to crown the AOI at the championship. The Angler of the Year, if I'm not mistaken, those points from the championship will go to the Angler of the Year. Is that right?
I don't know.
That's the way I would.
Yeah, I think that doesn't the current year 2026 would have to be wrapped up, because that's who's going to go to the championship, right? So they'd have to have it wrapped up. I don't see who the top 50 or 60
final AOI standings. Yeah, you got to be able to determine those.
I don't know. I think that would be a question, because I guess they would end the season there, and then in September, just like us. Huh.
I don't know.
I don't know how soon they're. Yeah, he transitioned it almost too quick, or BASS or GL Compton or somebody. They almost transitioned this thing too fast, because if it does go to the October event, like Gene is saying, and I see both your sides of the story, Gene, I get it. Let's connect it to the Classic. There's more than that. There's the show is down there. But also, like Anthony said, I do know a little inside info is they are going to probably try to put some camera time on our kayakers. We might be on Roku. We might get the time of live coverage like the BASS elites get on our tournaments. So how does that play for anybody who has sponsorships for that platform side of things? So I think it's going to take a year or two to catch on. But what really makes me nervous is if he's going to do the championship in October of the year that the season starts, it's forcing every club like Anthony's and ours to have our season done by September 1st, so we can get our roster in, so then those people can know that they're going to a championship in 4 to 6 weeks.
That's $400+ entry. You got to budget that out. I mean, there's travel
And time
involved
off of
and
work. How much did you
yeah,
take off of work? Do you got to save PTO time in case you make a qualification to go to the classic, right? Like, I don't know how this is all gonna work out. I'm just an angler now, so but I will say this: I still am the president of the CKB. I still work hand in hand with Matt Flanagan. We still have our committee, just like Anthony does. We bounce things off of people, so I'm still very active in the club. I am not the guy every day to answer the questions
yep,
anymore, and Matt is the guy for dealing with that. But I will always be there to help Matt. I'll even help him on tournament day if he needs help with trophies, setting up a table, or doing whatever. That's fine.
sure.
I'm over all of that other stuff, and I'm
Oh
looking
yeah.
forward to enjoying 2026.
It's going to be fun to watch, man, for sure. In my statements, if they invest right, if Bassmaster invests right and does this proper, then it's got a shot. But after watching what happened to Hobie, looking at the kayak market as a whole, she's not as flamed on and firing on all 8 cylinders like she used to be, man. It's slowed down, it's tabled out, and so it'll be curious to see when the elites are having issues with ratings and hard to really manage the sport and the sport dollars. It just worries a guy on the outside watching that as it folds there, because always said Bassmaster was the one to take this thing to the next level. I would love them to finally get to the point where they actually have a pro, not pay to play, but a qualifying series of the top kayak anglers in the nation. That, yes, you still pay, but you can't buy your way in like you can now. As it stands now, a scrub like me can go up and take on the best kayak anglers in the country right now if I got the money to play.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I'd rather see the qualification. Make yourself an elite series there where, no, these are the best of the best, man, and go, now they've qualified to get their way there. So I'd love to see that eventually if they can do it. And this is maybe the first steps in that process. Who knows? But I do hope the sport continues on, a good path.
Yeah, I think you could potentially see that, and what's going to cause that, or what's going to make that happen or not happen, is the momentum of the sport. Like you said, if it's dying and numbers are dwindling down, the sport is not going to just go in that direction. You can't force people to do it, right? It's got to take its shape, and it's got to go through the process on its own. But what I want to see is, I can't wait to see everybody lose their shit when they find out that kayakers have forward-facing sonar. If they put us on Roku and we got dual screens and a 36-volt trolling motor in the back, one in the front, spot lock and forward-facing sonar, Randy Blockett is going to have 5 strokes, and I hope he does it live.
Well, they're not going to be looking at our back, at least. They can't use that complainer. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely, man. I'll tell you, one of the best things in that process is doing what's happening out there is, it's not just the competition, right? There's a lot of reasons that draw people to these events. And making sure when clubs realize that there's a lot of different anglers out there now, then there's certain draws, it's like in coaching. If I had a roster of 50 kids or 30 kids, whatever it is, there's probably 17 different learning styles in there. Just like in tournament angler, there's probably 15 different reasons out of a field of 30 anglers as to why they want to be there. Right? So being able to appeal to all those things, your events put together. I'll tell you, a good start is sopapilla cheesecake. That will bring the boys to the yard, dog. All right. I'm just saying.
Who made that? Is that a thing? Is that something your family made up, Anthony, or Matt's family?
No,
or is this
something Matt's family? I didn't know about it, and I love it.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know that was such a thing. My son is like, wait, what?
Exactly.
Yeah, if you come to Pueblo, we'll pay extra to have a sopapilla cheesecake delivered to Pueblo.
I can make that happen.
Don't threaten him. Yeah, Barrero, make that happen, dog. He's a man of resource.
Yeah, I'll tell you where I'm camping. There's still camp spots. You can drop that thing off at any point, and if any of your fish are in question, you just let me know. I'll take more cheesecake.
The Cheesecake Gate is what this is going to be.
Uh,
All right, gentlemen. Well, listen, this has been a fantastic show. Strauss, thank you so much, man, for coming back to the circus, dude. I appreciate you jumping in here.
yeah.
And
You invited the clown is what you did.
hell yeah. No, dude, it's awesome to have you back in here and be talking. I'm excited for CKB season. I'm actually going to be able to fish quite a few more of those. The Cedar Bluff thing, I'm not going to get any practice on that. So if I land in somebody's spot, get over it. Beat me there. All right. That's all I'm going to tell you because I'm not practicing on that one. So I don't want to hear anybody. You'll get Bricklin and you'll get our team name, which is $20 is $20, baby. That's how we doing it this season.
What would Gene do for $20? That's the real question.
I don't have the fast motor anymore. I got that slow ass Tarova on there. I got to tell you, not impressed with that thing, dude. The motor guide.
Oh, no.
I ran the motor guide this past weekend. It's faster. It's a stronger motor. I'm gonna swap out props because I think that might be part of the issue. But yeah, I don't know how they rate them or whatever. And I'm betting the Tarova gets better management over its power because they got that digital maximizer built in. So I bet you it's more efficient, but like electric cars and stuff, there's maybe it's more efficient, but there's a limit that comes with it. I like my old gas guzzling motor guide, baby. She does good for me, burning dinosaurs down out there on the river.
Dinosaurs.
No, it's but yeah, so I got the slow one, so there's no excuse there. I got no fast kayak anymore. I'm not going to be cracking off at 6.5 mile an hour. So yeah, beat me there. That's because I'm coming in blind. I'll get there like 9 o'clock that Friday night. I have a feeling is what's going to happen. And then my first day of the 2-day event, 2 separate events. But first day will be tournament and practice for me all in one event there.
Nice. Putting it together for Sunday then. So you're just
exactly
for Sunday.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll get that one in. And then looks like well, we got the club championship is in September, and then gosh, is that it? So it's Cedar Bluff and then Pueblo. Wow.
Cedar Bluff, Norton, then Pueblo. Norton is in August.
Is Norton in August?
Yeah, Norton's in August.
Okay.
Yep. Cedar Bluffs. Then we're off July, and then August is Norton. And then October, the first weekend of October, we are at Pueblo for a 2-dayer to announce Angler of the Year.
Yep. Looking forward to that one. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then, we got the PBKS event that'll go the next weekend after that at Ute Reservoir. And hopefully it's we can do that second weekend down there in Ute, and that it doesn't get in the way of any of the hunting that goes on down there.
I think we should plan it and run with it, and who shows up, shows up.
Perfect. Yeah. All right, boys. Well, listen, thank you so very much for taking time. Anthony, appreciate you, dog. You've been working all weekend here, so I appreciate you jumping in here with us. Straws, I know you're a busy dude as well. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and let's get some more fishing in, fellas.
Good to see you both.
Good to see you.
Folks, you know the rule. You know the deal. Go mash that subscribe button. We can use the follows. That always helps us get the message out there. Check with us next Sunday. I don't know what the hell we're going to do. It'll be a show. We'll get into something. I'll upset somebody with an opinion or something, or we'll tell more inappropriate jokes. Chances are you can usually count on those things on the Double S. And then we'll get Straws talking about tax law in Colorado. That will be entertaining to get him on that one. We'll make sure you got some heart medicine before you get into that, though.
Yeah, don't do that. You'll get pulled for sure. You'll never get anything.
Excellent. Folks, appreciate you. Stick with us here. We'll have definitely some sort of show going off next week. As always, tight lines, be safe, take care of each other, and God bless.